It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens under the lights on Monday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that could have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
For the second consecutive season, Tua's a starter and Miami's a team. Both have winning records, but missed the playoffs. His numbers, they weren't terrific. Only 2,600 yards and 16 touchdowns against 10 interceptions. But he also overcame fractured ribs early in the season to return and play well down the stretch. And don't forget, when he did come back, he led Miami to 6 straight wins, which kept them in the playoff race.
Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Another carry down for Edmonds. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Plays like that will really help this offense settle in here on the road.
And when you go on the road, you also have to deal with the fans as well. And when you have those types of runs, that'll settle them back into their seats.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Here's Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And that will be incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. The drive will commence with a run by Jim. And right away, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. No score after one on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. A run with Mostert up the middle. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Here we go, set.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless 1st half. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Play action. Now it's Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Cedric Wilson, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. So, Charles, they had him double covered in the end zone. It still was not enough.
I wonder if they're thinking to themselves now, 2 didn't work. Do we go for 3 guys on him next time? Because he fought through all that extra attention, got himself into a great position where his quarterback felt confident enough to challenge the coverage and threw it his way. What a big-time play right there, both by the quarterback trusting him and by him going up and getting it.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. With the football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball, got a full game ahead of him, hand it to him again, see if they can start to produce.
Now Jackson on 1st down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman on the move past the 40. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the 1st.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Again, Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Now it's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and...
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. It's a gain of a couple on what should be the final carry of half number 1. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats from that first half for Miami. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. As they begin their second half here, Charles, offensively, you know, not where they want to be, obviously. They're losing in this ball game, but very much within striking distance. We'll see what adjustments they make in the second half.
Is that the old glass half full, half empty type of a deal? Which way do you want to look at it? Because you're right, they're down on the scoreboard, but they're definitely opportunities now, because if they want to go ahead and get going in this one, get back to the running game. I think there are going to be some places to go with it, and I think the offensive...
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
Defense.
So now I think even our referee is confused. The defense accepted the holding penalty, but they just got the ball on the fumble recovery, so that will be negated. That's a tough one. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Jackson now. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Let's go get him now. Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Second down, here's Mostert again. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
He'll come out in the pistol. Here's Mostert. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Chase Edmonds taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was capped off by the Chase Edmonds touchdown run.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Jackson. That's into the hands. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Over the middle, complete. It's Wilson. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Here we go.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now Waddle on the jet sweep. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Tua sets up to pass it. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
The Ravens ready to take over. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. From the 35 on 2nd down, Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And at the 7th, and I think the ball's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Set, ready.
Second down, Gaskin. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On the double.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, they run with Edmonds. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Thomas Morstead now as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by 2 touchdowns. Less than 90 seconds to go. They've yet to dent the scoreboard tonight. Now they've got to do it twice late if they want a chance here. Now Jackson. Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Jackson. That one complete to Prochet. He'll get it inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. James Prochet, 56 yards. And the Ravens are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And the Dolphins are going to recover. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. From the gun, a run with Mostert. Oh, he's got a little daylight. 20. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert. 49 yards. And the Dolphins have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter. Boy, missed tackles continuing to plague this defense, and they surrender another big play and a touchdown here.
Yeah, by my count, at least 2 guys had shots at it, maybe even more than that. But this defense, they've looked out of sorts all game long. That was definitely not one of their better efforts right there.
Sanders on for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. So now the story changes. Trailing in this one now. And time, a huge factor. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. Jackson to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Jackson. Dobbins with it. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. That is caught, Bateman, and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Jackson to Bateman there for the Baltimore first. Here's Jackson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Throwing, Jackson. Being chased out, Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Ready.
They'll run on first down, Edmonds. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Ready?
On second down, Mostert. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.